Regan, a solid weekend for you guys in Charlotte. You're able to take over the points lead. You have a 5-point cushion over Elliott Sadler and a 28-point lead over your teammate Chase Elliott. Just talk a little bit about coming into Dover and your expectations for the weekend.
Yeah, well, last week was good from a point standpoint. You don't ever want to see competition, especially your teammate have troubles, but they did. So, we had to do everything we could to capitalize on that and to gain the maximum amount of points we could for our team. We struggled with all three cars really all weekend long and got a pretty good idea as to why we did. We all had the same or similar stuff in the cars, and I think we got a good direction coming here on how to not have the issues that we had at Charlotte. So, we learned something. I think we're going to go back there and be faster. I think we're going to come here and be faster because of it. Everybody with Junior Motorsports has been doing a great job all year and really, giving us cars and giving us equipment that's top notch and capable of winning every week. So, looking forward to Dover. One of my favorite racetracks. I think you always have to be on top of things here. If somebody has a problem, it can bite you quick, and certainly, you can have a big wreck if you're not careful, and wrecks here usually end your day. So, you want to get through this race without any contact, without any incidents, and if we do that, I think we'll have a shot to win.
All right, we'll open for questions for Regan. Please state your name and affiliation, and we'll start with Kelly.
Kelly Craner from Popular Speed. I'm hiding behind the camera, Regan. First off, what's the atmosphere like at JR Motorsports? All the success you and Chase have had, you seem to work really well together. And in terms of putting a nationwide team up against the Cup drivers, it seems like JR Motorsports has really stood above the rest. So what's just the atmosphere working and walking into JR Motorsports every week?
Well, it's been good. It's every time that you go to the shop, it's something new. It's something exciting. We're learning. We're continuing to progress the cars and find out new stuff. And I think the atmosphere is there's more to be done still, and there's more work to be done still. And you see that resonate throughout the whole shop when you go through there. Whether it's guys working on a car to go to the wind tunnel, or whether it's guys getting a car ready to go to the 7-post. Maybe there's a test coming up. I know this week we tested VIR. For a day with both cars. So, I think the work ethic and just the caliber of people through the whole shop is really at a level that's top notch and has been impressive to watch grow. And as I said, I don't think anybody's really content with where we're at. We want to continue to get better. We want to continue to improve on the cars. And for example, Charlotte last week, we got back from Charlotte and everybody was kind of mad and kind of trying to figure out what to do better and how to make sure we have 3 cars that are 1, 2, 3 next time we go back there.
And then secondly, in terms of, I know you said last week it's early having the points lead, but looking at last year, are you putting any more pressure on yourself to say, I want to right a wrong from last year of giving up all those points? And then are you looking at it as, do I have to win this championship in order to set myself up for either a Cup ride or something else next year?
I don't think there's any more pressure than last year. There's always pressure, that's what we do. We want to win. We want to be up front. We want to win championships as drivers. That's the same for all of us. So the pressure is always there, whether it's from the outside or within or wherever it is. I don't think what happened last year changes that for me. I think all it does is maybe make me a little bit more experienced and knowledgeable about how to go through the season as it gets down to crunch time, and as the points start to become a little more pressure packed. When we get down to 10, 7 races to go, somewhere in that ballpark, that's when it's really kind of taking shape and you can see what you got to deal with. But up until this point, it seems like all 3 cars, myself, Chase, and Elliott, have had very comparable seasons, and 1 week it's one guy, the next week it's the other guy, and it's unfortunately it could be one of these things that just comes down to bad luck when it's all said and done. So you got to try and minimize that and do the right things there. As for setting myself up for other opportunities in the future, I've made it pretty clear I want to get back to Cup. I don't think I've ever denied that or said that I don't want to. It'd be crazy thought if I didn't. So certainly the championship would help with that. But I don't think that's the only path back either for me.
Okay, we'll get a microphone to Jeff, please.
Hey, Regan, Jeff Smith. Jeff Hood of RacingToday.com.
Man, I have those mornings too. I forget my name sometimes.
Well, you got a great last name. Question is, this track is unique as an oval because you race across under two bridges. And last week at Charlotte, you've got the big high-def screen on the backstretch. You've got the big high-def screen at Texas on the backstretch. As a driver, is it hard not to get distracted, like when you're crossing under a bridge, or you got this big high-def screen where you want to look over and see what's going on? Is it hard to stay focused and avoid any kind of distractions like that?
Yeah, luckily I was young enough or old enough, however you want to look at it, to have played Mario Kart when I was a kid, so I think that helped me out for all this stuff coming up. It really isn't. I think that the bridges, you don't even notice that they're there. Maybe the second bridge on the backstretch you notice a little more than the first bridge. The first bridge is I honestly forget that it's even up there until I have to walk across it to get outside the racetrack. And as I said, the second one, the only reason that I notice it's there is because sometimes we use that as a reference point for whether it's a lifting area or a braking zone or how deep we're driving into the corner. I think the TVs on the backstretch at Charlotte, for example, is actually a little more difficult. Charlotte and Texas both have them now. Just from a night race perspective, when it gets dark out, when it's daytime, we don't see them. When it gets dark out, they're so bright that it actually changes and it overpowers the lighting on the straightaways, and that can sometimes change what we're seeing on the racetrack color-wise. So it appears more obvious to us, and you kind of have to understand that it's there a little more so than maybe a bridge. But you know, we all do this professionally, so I'm sure we can work through whatever they throw at us, whether it's bridges or tunnels or whatever.
All right, we'll go to Scott and then Chris. If we can.
Scott Walsh from the Scranton Times-Tribune in Pennsylvania. Regan, last week you were on standby for Jeff in case he needed to get out. What's kind of that mindset? I'm sure there's part of you that maybe wants to get in the race car, but part of you is saying, well, I hope he doesn't, you're not wishing him any ill, that he has a back spasms and can't race. What's kind of that mindset being on standby like that? How are you killing time waiting to see what's going on?
Hell, I wanted to get in his car. That thing was fast last week. He, right up until the end there, I thought they were going to win the thing. So I wanted to get in. I was looking for him in the driver's meeting, trying to trip him or do whatever I had to do. I think it's a known that drivers don't want opportunity because somebody else is having issues such as that, whether it's injury or sickness or whatever. That's not how you like to get your opportunities. At the same time, opportunities can be few and far between in good cars at the top levels now. So you want to take every single one that you get. And, for me, I approached it just like I was going to be running the race until, Sunday morning when it was kind of apparent to me that I wasn't going to be needed that much. I approached it just like I would any other normal race night and did things the same way I would any other normal race morning if I was getting ready for the 600. And as I said, I kind of knew probably about lunchtime or a little before then that he was in pretty good shape, and I doubted they needed me. And about I think it was lap 200, I tapped Alan on the leg and I'm like, hey man, can I get out of here? Can I leave? I want to beat traffic.
All right, Chris, go ahead.
Regan, Chris, MikeHitchfence.com to your left. Unilever is back on board with you guys in a way, carrying your Breyers colors for the first time, as far as I can tell, in NASCAR history. Just wondering to get your thoughts on that and what it's like for you to carry a sponsor from a company that has so many household brands that are used by everyday people.
Well, it's great. Get lots of ice cream out of it. So I've been enjoying Breyers all season long since we knew it was going to happen. I've got an excuse to eat ice cream now, which makes it even better. So it's exciting. Unilever's obviously been involved with junior motorsports and NASCAR for quite some time, and to see them using other brands and all their other brands coming to the table and saying, hey, we want to be on the race cars is great. And it's just more companies, more brands that are involved with the sport, which I think is a good deal.
Right. Go to those.
Vulcan Speedway Digest. You have top 10s at every race this year, but you haven't led any laps other than the plate tracks. What is your team missing to contend on the intermediate tracks?
I didn't hear all that.
You said that you've had top 10s, but you haven't led any laps, I think, at intermediate tracks. So what do you feel like you're missing at those tracks?
Well, we're not missing much. It's a situation where we just haven't put ourselves in quite the right situations to get up front and lead laps, and it gets it gets to a point where if you're second, third, fourth, it's very difficult to pass at times. So we're not lacking that much, really. I mean, I think all three of our cars have been capable of leading laps at the intermediate tracks. Chase has got 2 intermediate wins, and as you said, we've been top 10 all season long. So it's just little stuff, maybe a good pit stop here, maybe a good adjustment there, or maybe a little better qualifying at some places. But it's not gonna take a lot for our team to get up there. I think the first 5-6 races we were really learning each other and really had some struggles with just with the 7 car in particular. And from that point on, from roughly Darlington, it seemed like things really started to take a turn, and our guys really stepped it up, and we've been getting better each week. So I anticipate we'll be leading a lot of laps as we get into the summer months here.
Right, Mary, go ahead.
Hi, Mary Jo Buchanan from Speedway Media. Every driver has come in and said this is their favorite track. Can you talk a little bit about why it's your favorite track? And was there anybody that kind of taught you or that you went to school with to learn to get around this track?
I don't know if it's my favorite track. That's you need to ask me that at the end of the weekend, and I'll tell you. I'm surprised everybody said that so far. But there's things that I really like about Dover. There's things that I hate. I love the speed here. I love the banking. I love the fact that it widens out on most weekends, especially if the sun's up. If it's sunny, it seems like the track really gets 3 lanes wide. If it's cloudy, which I don't think they're calling for this weekend, it seems like it kind of narrows it up just a little bit. But the concrete to me has been a challenge, to understand the concrete, to understand how to get my car to work on that concrete. Last year we did a good job the second race last year, and thought we were going to finish third until we didn't have enough fuel to get to the end. So it's a challenging racetrack. It's fast. You really get the sensation of speed here. The way that you compress down into the corners is different than most places we go. It's essentially a twice as big Bristol as I think everybody always compares it to. So have fun racing here. I wouldn't call it my favorite yet, but maybe by Saturday afternoon it will be.
All right, we'll go take another question from Jeff Gluck.
Jeff Gluck from USA Today. I don't know if this is a stupid question, but are you on standby for Gordon again for this Sunday?
I have not had anything said to me yet. So as of now, I'll be going home Saturday night and watching on TV like everybody, or well, not like everybody, but like everybody else that's at home, I'll be watching on TV.
All right, any final questions for Regan? All right, and on to your sponsor, we have to ask, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
I'm a mint chocolate chip kind of guy. I had the cookie dough the other night, but it's tough to beat mint chocolate chips. So yeah, mint chocolate chip.
All right. Regan, thank you for your time. We wish you the best of luck this weekend.
Thanks, guys.